Mars and Earth are always on the move. This means their distance from each other constantly changes. At its closest, Mars is 54.6 million kilometers, 33.9 million miles away. But at its farthest, it's a staggering 401 million kilometers, 249 million miles. This is why Mars never stays the same distance from Earth, making missions even trickier. So if you want to go to Mars, how long would it take? Stay tuned for the next chapter. So how long would it take to get to Mars? Well, that depends on the speed of your spaceship. The fastest probe ever sent, NASA's New Horizons, would take 39 days, but only if it didn't have to stop. The reality? Most Mars missions take 6 to 9 months to arrive. If we develop nuclear propulsion, Mars travel could be revolutionized. Could the future of space travel make Mars just weeks away? Stay tuned for the next chapter. Think we can launch a mission to Mars anytime we want? Think again. Earth and Mars only align perfectly every 26 months. This is called the Hohmann transfer window, and if you miss it, you'll have to wait over 2 years for the next chance. NASA, SpaceX, and other space agencies carefully calculate these launch windows. Every second matters when you're traveling millions of kilometers. A spacecraft needs the shortest, most energy-efficient route. If you launch at the wrong time, you'll miss Mars entirely. This is why major Mars missions like Curiosity, Perseverance, and Insight all launch at specific times. The physics behind it is mind-blowing. Timing is everything in space travel. Stay tuned for Chapter 4, the light speed delay, why Mars is hard to communicate with. Even sending a simple message to Mars takes time. Light travels at 300,000 kilometers per second, 186,000 miles per second, but Mars is so far away that a message can take anywhere from 3 to 22 minutes to reach it. This delay means we can't control Mars rovers in real time. Every command is planned hours in advance to account for the lag. At its closest, a signal takes about 3 minutes. At its farthest, a signal can take up to 22 minutes. Round-trip communication can take nearly 45 minutes. Imagine driving a car where your steering only responds 20 minutes later. That's how hard it is to operate rovers on Mars. Could future technology eliminate this delay? Stay tuned for Chapter 5, the future of Mars travel. With NASA, SpaceX, and other agencies racing to land humans on Mars, the future of space travel is closer than ever. But what will it take to get there? Let's explore the next big advancements in Mars exploration. Our goal is to make Mars travel as routine as a flight across the world. With Starship, we're aiming for reusable spacecraft that can take humans to Mars and back. The first humans on Mars will face extreme conditions, radiation, dust storms, and freezing temperatures. To survive, they'll need sustainable food, water, and power sources. 3D printed habitats, nuclear power, and underground bases could be the key to survival on Mars. We're planning for self-sustaining colonies by the 2040s. So, will you see humans land on Mars in your lifetime? Stay tuned for Chapter 6, Will Humans Ever Live on Mars? Mars could be humanity's next home, but can we really survive there? Today, we explore the challenges and innovations shaping our future on the Red Planet. We're developing new technologies like underground habitats and radiation shielding to make Mars a livable place. Our goal is to create a permanent human settlement by the 2040s. This will be the greatest adventure in human history. Will you see humans living on Mars in your lifetime? Stay tuned for Chapter 7. Imagine waking up on Mars. The sun rises over a vast red desert, and your day begins in an environment unlike any on Earth. But what would daily life really be like on the Red Planet? Astronauts will have to exercise daily, monitor their oxygen levels, and perform experiments to help future Mars settlers. Living on Mars will be a test of endurance, creativity, and teamwork. The goal is to make it as self-sustaining as possible. Could you see yourself living on Mars? Stay tuned for Chapter 8, The Biggest Dangers of Living on Mars. Mars may be our next home, but surviving there won't be easy. From deadly radiation to dust storms, let's explore the biggest dangers of living on the red planet. Mars has no magnetic field, leaving astronauts exposed to dangerous cosmic radiation. Scientists are working on underground shelters and radiation-resistant suits. Without protection, astronauts on Mars would face much higher cancer risks. Shielded habitats are critical for survival. Mars experiences global dust storms that last for weeks. The thin atmosphere means no breathable air. Astronauts must always wear suits. The biggest threat isn't just the storms, it's the dust. It can clog equipment and even damage human lungs. With all these dangers, how will we protect future Mars settlers? Stay tuned for Chapter 9, How We Will Terraform Mars. Mars is cold, dry, and lifeless. But could we change that? Scientists are exploring ways to terraform Mars, turning it into a planet where humans can live without spacesuits. Terraforming Mars could take centuries, but small steps like creating breathable air and liquid water could happen much sooner. If we can warm Mars and thicken its atmosphere, one day humans might walk outside without a spacesuit. Could Mars really become our second home? Stay tuned for Chapter 10, The First Humans on Mars. What will their mission be? One day, humans will take their first steps on Mars. But what will they actually do once they arrive? Let's dive into the mission objectives of the first Martian explorers. The first missions will focus on survival. Learning how to live on Mars will be the biggest challenge. Every discovery on Mars will help us get closer to making it a second home. The journey is just beginning. Will you be part of the generation that lands on Mars? Stay tuned for Chapter 11. Could Mars become the first human colony in space? Mars, our next frontier. But could it truly become the first permanent human colony in space? Let's explore what it would take to establish a thriving civilization on the red planet. A self-sufficient Mars colony will require new technologies and global collaboration. This is humanity's greatest challenge. Mars won't be easy, but if we can survive here, we can survive anywhere. The first colony could pave the way for interstellar travel. Will you witness the first human colony on Mars? Stay tuned for Chapter 12. Could we ever travel beyond Mars? Mars is just the beginning. But could we go even farther? Could humanity one day travel beyond Mars to the moons of Jupiter, Saturn, or even another star system? Let's explore the possibilities. Mars is just the first step. If we can live there, we can push even farther into the solar system and beyond. If we can develop fusion or antimatter propulsion, reaching another star system could become reality. Will humanity ever reach beyond Mars and explore the stars? Stay tuned for Chapter 13. What would it take to colonize another star system?
Mars is just the first step. But what if we could go even farther, to another star system? What would it take to colonize an exoplanet light years away from Earth? Let's explore the possibilities. Interstellar travel isn't just science fiction. Scientists are already working on theoretical concepts that could one day make it possible. Finding a second Earth isn't enough. We need to terraform it or adapt humans for deep space living. Could humanity one day spread across the stars? Stay tuned for Chapter 14, The Search for Alien Life. Are we alone?
Are we alone in the universe? For centuries, humans have looked to the stars and wondered if life exists beyond Earth. Today, scientists are closer than ever to finding the answer. The discovery of even the simplest alien life form would change everything we know about biology and evolution. If intelligent life exists, they may be using technology far beyond our understanding. The search continues. What do you think? Are we truly alone, or is alien life waiting to be discovered? Stay tuned for Chapter 15, What if we actually make contact? What would happen if we finally make contact with an alien civilization? Would they be peaceful explorers or something else? Let's explore the possibilities. If we receive an undeniable alien message, how we respond could change the future of humanity forever. The discovery of alien life would be the most important event in human history, but it comes with great responsibility. Would you want to make contact with extraterrestrial life? Stay tuned for Chapter 16, The Future of Space Exploration. What comes next? Humanity is on the edge of a new era. But what's next for space exploration? From Mars colonies to interstellar travel, let's dive into the future of space. The next 50 years will define our presence in space. Colonizing other planets is no longer science fiction. A multi-planetary future is within our reach. The question is not if, but when. What do you think the future of space travel holds? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like and subscribe for more space explorations.